it's Jay. Today's video is going to be about fresh, soapy, clean fragrances that I feel are elegant. I definitely feel elegance can be simple, which is the way I think about freshies. In any collection, for any person, if you're just starting, my recommendation would be to get a good freshie because, as my boy Goldy says, you can dress it up or you can dress it down. You should check him out. I'm going to go ahead and link his channel down below. He has some great style tips and fragrance tips as well, up for men. So check him out. But yeah, I mean, it's something very versatile to your most casual outfit to a very formal occasion. You're never going to be out of place smelling fresh and clean. Okay, that's my feel about it. They're classic, just like clothing might be. If you just have simple clothing, it doesn't have to be basic, just simple, you know, just like classic music. You can play it anywhere, anytime, any place, and somebody is going to relate to it. It's never going to be out of place. Okay, so it fits in everywhere. That's how I feel about freshies. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with my list. Some are more soapy than others, but all of them are fresh and clean feeling. So this one is Salvatore Ferragamo, and this is Salvatore Perfume. Okay. This is the most green fragrance out of the bunch. I know some people have troubles with green fragrances. This definitely gives like an Estee Lauder Pleasures vibe or like a Ralph Lauren Romance vibe. But when, let's see, when you first spray it, that's when the greenness is apparent. And even from the nozzle, when I smell it, I get some greenness, a lot of greenness. But it's watery. This fragrance, like watery white florals, not marine-like. Please don't get that confused. There's nothing blue about this fragrance. There's nothing ocean. There's no oceanic vibe to this fragrance. It's more like if you were to just have been in an area that it's just rained and there's lots of florals, there's lots of vegetation, no soil. It doesn't give any earthy, there's no earthiness to this fragrance at all. But so that is in the beginning and the mid, but as this fragrance dries down, it becomes smoother and softer, but it still has that watery, slightly green, fresh, clean floral, but with a soft base, softer base. So this fragrance just softens out. Again, this is Salvatore Ferragamo. You're probably gonna have to find this online. Oh, I have had this fragrance for years. I found it at TJ Maxx, so I think you can get it for about $30. But yeah, it's lasted the test of time. I do want to use the whole bottle. I mean, I really like it. It's easy to wear. So that's that one. The next fragrance, oh, and very little sweetness in here. The next one has very little sweetness as well, and it's similar, but nothing green in this fragrance. This is Elizabeth Arden. Ooh, that's gonna be hard. There we go. White tea. This fragrance, when you smell it from the cap, again, it's fresh. There's jasmine tea in this fragrance, so it's, again, a clean white floral with a very fresh tea vibe. But when this fragrance dries down, you definitely get a more smooth, woody feel from it. It's almost soapy, but it's very just clean, refreshing, great for warm weather, indoors, or outdoors in the warm weather. But if it's going to be cooler, I would suggest, you know, you use this as an indoor fragrance for sure. But yeah, you get the tea, you get the soft, clean white florals, but also that smooth wood at the base too. So that is Elizabeth Arden, white tea. The next one is Dolce by Dolce & Gabbana. Let's see. And this one is similar, but instead of the woody base, let me see the florals in here. They're not quite the same. This has a little more sweetness than the previous two, but still fresh and clean. This is so easy to love, so easy. And in the base, you definitely get not a vanillic, but definitely a fluffy white musk. And you know, I found with this fragrance that to get the musk to come out in that fluffy way, it really needs to be experienced in the warm weather. Otherwise, it just feels like a crisp, watery, slightly sweet floral, clean floral fragrance. But yeah, the magic to this fragrance for me is definitely that musk. That's very beautiful. So try to wear this in the summertime or the springtime on a warm day. So that's Dolce by Dolce & Gabbana. The next fragrance is by Cartier, and this is Basier Vole. This is absolutely a floral fragrance, soapy floral fragrance. It's lily. It's lily from the petals to the stems to the leaves. It has a spicy vibe to it. So just think of like a slightly spicy soap, floral soap. And that's what you get with this fragrance. So this is probably, I would say, the most floral out of the bunch, but it still has that clean feel with a little spicy touch to it. So if you've ever smelled a fresh lily, you'll understand what I mean when you say spicy, because they do have a spicy vibe to them. So that is Cartier Basier Vole. Spicy, floral, soapy. The next two are very similar. They're Twillys, Twilly d'Hermes, okay? So this is the original Twilly. And this is the Eau Ginger. Very similar. This definitely has a ginger note on the top. But what I've always gotten is just a white bar of soap, creamy lather from a white bar of soap with some spicy ginger on the top. It's more soapy to me than anything, but there is that ginger spice to it. It softens to maybe add a little bit of soft woods to it, but again, mostly it's very soapy. Now the Eau Ginger definitely has the original in here. The ginger is a little bit more fresh when I spray it. It smells like a fresh cut ginger, or like a ginger shot. But what stands out in this fragrance is peony. Okay, so you get that creamy white bar of soap lather with some spice from the ginger for sure. It's really, really beautiful. But what is unique to this fragrance is that the peony adds it's a sweet but fresh floral nature on top of that soapiness. It's really beautiful to smell, and it adds like just a slight floral sweetness, but still fresh. This is a fragrance, I don't know, not too many like this fragrance, but I think it's beautiful. And like all of these, it's very versatile. So maybe they have a slight bit of sweetness, a little more sweetness than the ones above them, but still very, very easy to wear and very versatile. So the next one I have is Pure Poison by Dior. Now this is definitely a white floral, definitely has some citrus at the top, but the sandalwood in this fragrance definitely smooths everything out, and you get a very soft, like cashmere, like drier, downy sheet feel, kind of muskiness to the base of this fragrance. It definitely needs to be tested on skin. When you spray it in the air, you definitely get the top, maybe a little bit of a hint of the mid, but on your skin is where you get that very soft vibe of the cashmere, or excuse me, of the sandalwood mixed with everything else, and it gives a soft cashmere vibe, a very soft, think of a downy, drier sheet, and that is the feel of this fragrance. Doesn't necessarily smell exactly like that, but that is the softness, the smoothness that I'm talking about. So that is Pure Poison by Dior. The next one I have, this is YSL. This is the Eau de Toilette. I like this fragrance. I think it's really beautiful. There is jasmine tea in here. There's lavender. This fragrance has a dose of vanilla that I like. So it's not sweet, but you can get some sweetness from the vanilla, and you can tell that is sweetened up by vanilla. Another thing about this fragrance is that it has great lasting power. Now this is an Eau de Toilette, but it lasts for hours and hours and hours. I sprayed it kind of behind my my neck and into my hair. I was able to get whiffs for hours throughout the day. It never really left me. And it's really just a very, very nice fragrance. Lavender, you do get that lavender in here. It's not strong, and it's definitely softened by the vanilla and made more feminine by the vanilla and the jasmine tea. This is not like the original Libre. I don't like that fragrance because of the jasmine, or not the jasmine, but the lavender was pretty strong in there. And the way everything mixed together, it felt a little bit dry, a little bit masculine to me. This is not that. This is definitely more feminine. This is definitely more fresh feeling than that. So if you guys haven't tried out the EDT, definitely try it out. So this is Libre YSL. The next one that I have is Udmud by Lattafa. This is just a standard, beautifully simple, beautifully elegant white musk. Okay, so there's some mild sweetness to this fragrance. It's really beautiful, nothing astringent, and it just, again, like the Poison, how I described how it dries down to just like a fluffy, soft, drier sheet feel. That's what I get from this fragrance. It's very just soft all around, slightly sweet and soft. Very inexpensive, but again, you can just spray and spray and spray, and it's not going to be a problem at all. It's just a beautiful soft cloud around you. Very lovely. So that's Udmud by Lattafa. Musk Mood by Lattafa. And the bottle is really nice quality. And the last one is has a little more character, but still simple elegance. I definitely get clean when I smell this fragrance from the top and when I smell it in the air. This is Oranges Bigarades by Lancôme, Maison Lancôme. Definitely some fresh white flowers. There is an orange note in here that is sweet, but not overly sweet at all. This is not going to be something that's difficult to wear for people who are kind of averse to sweet perfumes. And there's also a tea note in here, a black tea note. You definitely get the tea feel, but the black tea in this fragrance gives it a slight smokiness. It's nothing that is masculine. You're not going to smell like you just smoked a cigar or a cigarette. But there is like, I don't know, it's just slightly smoky. You could wear this fragrance to work without offending anybody or without drawing negative attention to yourself. So that is how smooth this fragrance is, and that is how safe this fragrance is, even with the soapiness or with the smokiness of it. But it's just a little touch, a little bit of something extra. So that sweeter orange and that smokiness kind of make this fresh, clean fragrance stand out a little bit more than the others, but definitely still appropriate for this list. So that is my list for today. You guys let me know in the comments what fresh fragrances you feel are elegant, can be worn in any occasion, from the most casual to the most formal. Yeah, let me know. I'm glad that you guys could spend some time with me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Love, Jay. Bye-bye, guys.